Hey there everyone in the Bingo Wellness Challenge. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today I'm going to cross up but also talk to you guys a little bit about the box that says track your food for 7 days straight. So essentially what this is just writing down everything you eat for 7 straight consecutive days. And the reason why we are having you guys do this is to particularly take a look at what you are putting in your body. You've probably heard that old phrase, you are what you eat. It is very, very true that you are what you eat. Now I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to lead you into thinking that you must be eating clean the entire time, that you must eat clean, because, well, in today's society particularly, it's like next to impossible to do that. However, what we are essentially trying to make you realize is what you habitually eat day in and day out, that is pretty much telling a story about who you are and also what kind of body and energy you're going to be having as a result. So essentially what this is all coming down to is essentially when you look at the foods that you write down that you've eaten for the last 7 days, the last week, and if you actually take a good look at what you're eating, what are the chances that you're probably going to find something there that you probably did not want to write down? In other words, like say over the weekend, you went to a party with friends and you ended up having like 5 handfuls of potato chips. And you wrote that down, 5 handfuls of potato chips. And these potato chips were relatively greasy, and you were able to catch a sight of the bag and you saw how many calories were going to be in this, also how much fat and carbs, and you weren't too happy to have eaten that, but you did the work and you wrote it down. You were accountable and you took responsibility. That is, first off, a very good first step, is to take accountability and responsibility for everything that you do eat. But then the next thing is, if you did not want to have that in your food, now, well, then why would you do that? Now, I'm not trying to say I'm guilting you into thinking that you're a horrible person and that you're not very focused on your goals if you had some potato chips. That's not entirely what I'm saying at all. In fact, I know that several high-performing athletes and even bodybuilders, they'll have a handful of potato chips here and there, and the thing is, those potato chips are going to fit into their macro goals that they're trying to match. So therefore, they're not going past anything, they're just making those potato chips fit in. So that's essentially what I want you to realize, is that the foods that you're eating must match your goals. Because like I just said, those bodybuilders were eating those potato chips, but they weren't throwing off the numbers that they were going for in terms of total calories, carbs, fat, protein, etc. They were still in line with what they were trying to consume for that day. And so that's the mindset that you essentially want to have for yourself, regardless of like whatever physical goal or essentially health and fitness goal that you're trying to achieve for yourself. You must have your food match that. Now, that of course means that bodybuilders will have a different food intake compared to a marathon runner, and same thing for like a person who does the Olympic shot put is going to have a different food intake than someone who's like an Olympic diver. So it all depends on like what you're really trying to achieve for yourself. Like if you're just trying to achieve more energy, then look at the foods that you're eating. Are they more processed or more wholesome foods, such as like whole grains and fruits and vegetables like that are minimally processed, as well as your meats? Like, are you going for just something that's like labeled as a cheeseburger or a hamburger from a fast food restaurant? Or are you looking again at the foods and the meats that you're picking up at the store, and are you looking, is it like grass fed? Is this like been on a vegetarian diet? Was this like fed cornmeal or something like that? Organic or what have you. So that's what it comes down to, is making sure that the food matches what you're trying to go for. And also, like when it comes to the sweets, because we all have sweet tooth, some probably have a more potent sweet tooth than others, but do you want to have more store-bought cookies like Chips Ahoy and Oreos, or would you rather have sweets that you make at home from scratch and you know what's in them? Or would you rather just go with more wholesome foods such as like honey and bananas and Greek yogurt, and even your own homemade granola when you know like what's in that granola? And just think about that. That's essentially what we were trying to have you guys consider with this box, is to really think about how the foods that you take in not only tell where your body as well as your energy is going to end up going, like in what direction. Like, are you going to become agitated? Are you going to become more energetic and peppy and upbeat? Is your body going to use this food to more naturally burn off fat and just to basically function at optimal levels? Or are you taking in foods that are going to end up sitting on your muscle tissue as body fat? Are you taking in foods that are meant to be recovery and refueling your body after a gruesome workout? So that was what we essentially wanted you guys to really think about with this box. Write down the foods that you're eating. Think about how seeing that concrete evidence of what you've been eating makes you feel. Like, how does that make you feel to see that you ate like 2 cheeseburgers, or that you ate a patty of grass-fed beef with a side of brown rice and some vegetables? Like, how does that make you feel? And essentially also, like, how does it make you feel when you see how much carbs, sugar, protein, and fat, and even calories that you're taking in throughout the day? That's what we want you to really focus on with that box. See how your food is affecting you, not only physically, but also energetically, emotionally, and mentally. All right, so I know that's a lot. So you guys can rewind this video and watch it again if you want. But keep up the great work. We are seeing amazing, amazing work in this group. So do not stop. Keep going all the way to the end. And I will see you guys next time.